The consequence of OSPs and gas flaring in the oil-rich Niger Delta region is continued degradation of the environment. This is why environmentalists are calling on the federal government and those operating in the oil and gas sector to do the needful without further delays. Participants at the technical workshop include regulators, oil and gas experts, representatives of companies from the sector, as well as retired and serving workers. The Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian Mainstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, speaks through Michael Campbell.
We prepare ahead of time because we know that these things will happen someday. So we are proactive. So that's for tier one. They can only attend to tier one small spills below 250 bar. But once it's beyond that, then CNA comes in. And once it's beyond CNA, then OSRO comes in. That's the way it is being planned. And internationally, that's the way it's planned. And it's working, I mean. But for us to do away with spill completely, because some of the spills are as a result of sabotage. And so we need a lot of enlightenment of the society, enlightenment of the people, because most of the environment that are polluted are not the environment of some of the workers in those companies, but the people themselves.
Cyril Ezeaku, CEO, Clean Nigeria Associates, highlights growth opportunities in the sector and objectives of the technical workshop.
When you allow the oil spill out there for too long, then it begins to impact the environment, for over a long time. But if you respond to it spontaneously, you probably would not have to deal with all those long-term effects. And so one of the things we want to achieve in this workshop is to also get people, particularly operators who are not members of CNA, to get to understand the risk they run in cases of that eventuality, and you don't have any support structure to, ensure that you don't damage the environment.
Chairman CNA Board of Trustees and Response Readiness Manager, OSP Response of the United Kingdom, x-ray challenges of OSPs and strategies for curtailment.
In a nutshell, my response is, it is a multifaceted approach. Organization that manages the facility has a role to play in ensuring the integrity of their equipment and their facility, making sure that their people are properly trained and their people know what to do in case there are spillages when it does occur.
So for OSRL and CNA, I think this is critical to us both moving forward as an organisation. And when you look at the way the oil industry is developing in Nigeria at the moment and elsewhere for that matter, being able to bridge that gap and work closer, to be able to leverage the local footprint and support from external is an efficiency that's good for everyone involved.
With oil and gas as Nigeria's major foreign exchange earner, it's hoped that the federal government will aggregate the outcome of this technical workshop to reduce the incidence of OSPs and gas flaring in the Niger Delta region and other parts of the country. From Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, Andy Omano, Arise News.